Hello and welcome to my video and also the last book haul of 2022. I told you guys in my last book haul that I was going to do one this month, and I am here before the new year to film this video. Let's just get started with today's video, and I can't wait to share with you all the books that I got. I have a total of I think 11 books to share. A few of these were gifted to me, and then most of them I got for myself. If I look orange, it's because my wax melter is right there and I'm staring right at it. So the first one, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I have this book, and it's Confess by Colleen Hoover, gifted to me by the lovely Lachlan. She also posts videos on YouTube, and I will link her channel down below. Thank you so much, Lachlan, for getting me this book and for being my friend. She also wrote in her message that this is a fun coho read, and I have never read a coho book that was fun. Not that I read a lot, I only read 3 of her books, but good to know, because if I was to judge this based on the title, it does not sound like a fun title. Sounds more like a thriller. I'm just seeing this, but it's a girl's face. Again, thank you, Lachlan, for getting me this. And here we have the first book. The next few I'm going to show you are gifted to me by my cousin for my birthday. So here we have the second book to the Shatter Me series. This is Unravel Me by Tahira Mafi. I do get started on the first one. I have the second one at hand. Next one is How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams. This one reminds me of the Kiss Quotient based on the personalities that I am getting in the synopsis. The third book that she got me is Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I think this is a childhood friends to lovers, but it could also just be childhood frenemies to lovers, because the guy used to mess around with the female lead, and in present time she's going to need him to get the attention of her crush, right? Sounds like something I've read in another book before, but hey, it still sounds like it's going to be really fun. And I love the cover to this book. Oh, how did I just get this? These are scenes in famous movies, right? Oh, so thank you to my cousin for getting me this. We're going to move on to the books that I got for myself. I kind of went crazy buying a lot of fantasy. I don't even know how many of these are young adult, but I think some of them are, as well as hardcovers. So let me just get into it. This one is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and I think Ballad of Never After is the second book to this one. If it's not a duology, it's a series, but I got these 2 books. I've just heard really good things about this one, so I went ahead and got the second book as well. Some of the reviews on the back of Once Upon a Broken Heart says this is a dazzling mix of mystery, romance, and magic. Not only is Jax the Sweeney villain you've always dreamed about, but the decadent world will also leave you breathless. Ooh, this one is good. A widely imaginative romantic story where true love and deadly kisses collide. Oh, this one is by the author of Kingdom of the Wicked. So this is like a enemies to lovers is what I'm getting. It's between our female lead and a supposed villain. Maybe the pages in these books are going to be hot with tension, and I just love this cover. And next one I have is from an author I already own books to, but this one is King of the Battle and Blood. Again, another fantasy book. The one that I already own from this author is A Touch of Darkness, so it's the Persephone and Hades series. I need to get back into my fantasy phase though, but I was in a fantasy buying books phase, just not in a reading phase. This one is about Isildur. Her name is hard. This one is going to include vampires. I knew that. I bought this book. Oh, she tried to assassinate him but failed. Intense attraction. Something tells me that this is going to be very similar to Hades and Persephone, but if she went to lengths to assassinate our vampire king, it means she either has guts or she's going to be a very exhausting female lead, or she's going to be a very fiery female lead. It can go in both ways. It can be that she is a strong female lead that I will admire, or she'll be one that I'm going to be really annoyed at. Let's see. The next one I surprised myself by getting. I was looking at thriller books to get my cousins because that is the genre that they like. I got 3 books, and the 2 that would come on time, I would give it to them, and the 3rd one that did not come on time would be mine. So this is the one that preferred to be in my hands, and it's Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This one is about sisters, strangers, and survivors. So there are secrets and murder happening in this book. I haven't picked up an actual thriller book in so long, but I do watch Stephanie Sue's videos and I enjoy her storytelling with thriller books. While I am not as tempted to pick up thriller books to read, now that I have one, I might just do that. In the TikTok that recommended this book, people in the comments were praising this. That's a bonus. The last 3 books are fantasy books, so I really did just go all out with the fantasy genre. The next 2 that I'm going to show you are a part of a duology, and the first one is These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. I've seen this so many times in my Amazon page. It's there and it's telling me to buy it. When I did see this book for the first time months and months ago, I did not really want to read this because it's a reasonable assumption that this is going to be a love triangle, and I am not the biggest fan of love triangles. I don't even like watching love triangles, not because I have a hard time choosing between 2 people. I just, whoever seems more like the male lead, I usually root for that person, and that person ends up being the male lead, so I don't feel anything for their character. So love triangles are not my thing, and that's why I've been pushing this, but they caught me at a good time. I was buying fantasy books. I might push myself to read a book about a love triangle, and then I saw the cover to the second book, which is These Twisted Bonds, and I see just one single male lead. I'm like, okay, so I see this guy with white hair, the same guy in this cover right here. The second guy shows up on the back, but he made the cover. So is this cover a spoiler in a sense because of the guy we see in the front and the difference in her hair? Here we are with these 2 books. Moving on to the last and final book. So it is Lightlark by Alex Astor. I love the premise to this book. The whole every 100 years the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game. Just that sentence alone makes me want to read it. And I also talked to one of you on Instagram, and she said she loved the world building to this book. Enough convincing, I'm buying it. And so I have it. I don't know what the cover is supposed to be. It looks like it's a heart, but it's shaped like a strawberry, and there are flowers sprouting on top with gold vines. So yeah, this is the last book to today's book haul, and also just my last book haul of 2022. I'm ending this year with a whole bunch of fantasy books. Yeah, so this is it. All 11 books. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next year. And this is it.